this one. Hello, hello. Let me get over here to comments. Hello. Welcome. If you are new in the live chat, make sure you are in the YouTube app and then click on live chat, or it should come up automatically for the live chat. I will give folks a few moments and then I will get started with the live. And of course, my list doesn't exist, so we're just going to chit chat and go from there. Give you an update on what's going on in my journey. I am coming to the end of my second destination and we'll be heading to the third destination, kind of sort of for a couple of days. Then I will be done with Kenya. So I'll wait a couple of minutes and then we'll get started. So, hello and welcome to the one person that is here with me. Like I said, click on that live chat and say hello to me and tell me where you're watching from. And yes, I am sitting at the bar in the hostel, so you will see people walking behind me. They've been up all night celebrating, and those that haven't been are starting to wake up. So, yes, all is well. Oh, I forgot to send. Mm-mm-mm. Your channel. Share. WhatsApp. Hello, 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 Money Hotep. Welcome, welcome. One more minute and I'm just going to get started. What's going on? What's going on? And I will be shouting you out because a lot of the stuff that's going on and my revival of my YouTube uploading skills is compliment of you. I was watching those, listening to the podcast, and as I was listening, I was just writing stuff down. Uh oh. RP, hello, welcome, welcome. Wow. Alrighty, so I have sent out reminders. Yes, I can see your name. I can see your name. It may be a slight delay. Good to see you now. Like, oh, look it. Yes, I have. It says I have two people in, and the rest will come. So I'm just going to get started. We'll start off with you already saw my video for my hold up at the border when I left out at customs. If you haven't, you can see that video on my page. My custom immigration woes is the title of it. And hey, chumps, I'm loving Kenya. Oh my gosh, we will get to that. We will surely get to that. And let me do this one. Show. Alrighty. So, all right. So let me start everybody that's here, and I will be repeating it throughout. I've got like 4 days left on my fundraiser, and any help will be greatly appreciated. Also, finally made it to Nairobi. And so sister said that I should have been running the camera, but let me just tell y'all one thing. When and if you come to, hey, Silverback, hello, Mister. I got the Mr. and the Mrs. and my sister and a friend. All right. But I don't know, that thing up there keeps saying one, one, one. But y'all are typing in the thing. That's my fundraiser, chumps. You remember I don't have I don't have, what do they call it? Cash app. So two things. Okay, one is if and when you come to Africa, in some of these places, I video with my cell phone and my GoPro. Right now, I'm on my laptop. But when you are out and about and you're filming, you have to be very careful because people will run by you or the bodas will come up really close to you and the person on the back will snatch your equipment. So on my way to Nairobi, um, I contacted the first hostel and they told me that I had passed them up and to have the man drop me off. So I was literally dropped off on the side of the highway, on the side of a very busy highway that was under construction and it was pitch black dark. So, no, I didn't film that. My sister was like, "That's what you should have been filming." Girl, I was trying to pull my knife out. Ain't nobody got time for these Kenyans. That is that. I'm like trying to be ready, you know, wish a mofo would type deal. So I wasn't thinking about that phone. I was trying to put it up so that I could have it for later on. And yeah, also, um, what was I was gonna say something? Yeah. Oh, PayPal. I'm using PayPal because other apps, Cash Apps, Zello, Vimo, Cash App, none of those work in Tanzania. Now, I guess I could have, I don't know if they work in Kenya because I did get a Kenyan SIM card because I knew my crappy Tanzanian phone company wasn't going to work over here. So, chumps, I may try to, if you could private message me on here and send me your email or something, because I know you will be here in April. So, I'm going to see if I can do something with K Bar to the rescue. What's K Bar? You have to type in there and let me know what K Bar is. So yes, yes. Oh, I do K Bar. Okay, it is 5 o'clock in the morning here. I just finished tutoring and came straight over here, and so I've got the cutest one. It's pink. It's in a pink case. It's got a serrated knife. It's got a sharp knife. It's got a smooth knife. It's got screwdrivers and what every person needs: a wine, a corkscrew. And it's in a pink case. Okay, so yes, I'm like K bar. I know what that is. But anyway, and I'm sweating like a mule because it is very humid here. On the coast of Kenya is very hot. I'm in Diani Beach, which is the Mombasa area on the coast, and inland Nairobi, Namanga, all those places they get really cold. But in this area, it is hot all of the time. So really, really quick, some things, what I have learned so far in my second destination, traveling from Arusha to Nairobi and from Nairobi to Mombasa. And Sunday, I will be headed to Kisumu, which is off of Lake Victoria. Um, this is in the area. I kind of blew the budget out. I didn't, at first, I was saying I really blew it out of my behind, but it almost balanced off. So I was maybe $100 off. So once I got to Nairobi, I did not factor in enough for transportation. So for the safari and the first class on the train were my splurges, like $30 for first class on the train. That was a splurge. But the safari, I knew was going to cost me, like, online it said $110, which, let me state again, I know I'm bouncing all over, but it's hard to find true information online about certain things, a lot of things here in East Africa. You try to Google to see, oh, how much is that going to cost, or what do they have? And you will not get, you'll either get incorrect information or you won't get anything at all. So that was one of the things. I did go to the national parks website and look, it said $110, but it did not say that was for, you get on a, like a community safari vehicle with a bunch of strangers or whatever, and then you actually pay the $43 to get into the park, and it's like a 6 hour drive through the park. So that was doable. So the person at my hostel, he was like 130 for the vehicle, 43 to get in. So I actually ended up paying maybe 20 or $30 more than if I would have went straight to the national park and did it. And with that, I was the only person in my vehicle. So the perks and the downside of solo traveling, I will get to that as well. Then we added in a couple of more dollars and went to the giraffe center, which is my latest video. That's up. You'll see me feeding the giraffes. It was so much fun after I got over my fear because they are huge. But yes, stick on course. Anyway, at my hostel in Nairobi, it was nice. Royal Homes JKIA, which is the initials for the International Airport in Nairobi. It was fine. I had my little space to myself. It was two beds in there. It was two beds in two of the rooms and one bed in the other. So as I was out on, I want to say my safari, the day that I was out on my safari, I was out all day long, went to the giraffe center. I was tired. I get back, the front door is locked. The front door is usually open with the key in the door, but the night prior, I was there all by myself. I mean, there was no workers, nobody. So I asked the person if I could lock the door, and they told me no. No, I could. Now you take this how you want to take it. I was told that I could not lock the front door. As a matter of fact, the little girl said, you have a lock on your room door. So when you go in there, just make sure you lock your room door. Hey, Nettie girl. Hey, Migloo. All right. Yay, yay, yay. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So when I come back from the safari the next day, the front door is locked. So apparently, this huge group of people, like 15 people from Czech Republic, came, left their stuff all over the place, locked the front door, and took the key with them. And they did not show back up till like 10 o'clock at night. So the problem that I had with this was the young lady telling me, um, just imagine if that didn't happen. Because I asked her, I said, where are they from? What kind of people are they? And when she told me Czech Republic, I was like, oh, okay. But y'all told me all by my lonesome that I couldn't lock the front door. So here they are with their stuff everywhere. And they took the key. So I had to go through another room, out on the balcony, into the kitchen, back through the kitchen to get inside. And so I was kind of locked in, locked out. And that didn't go over too well because you're telling me to imagine if it didn't happen. What does that exactly mean, young lady? I said, that's that privilege where you come somewhere. I was courteous enough to ask you, and I should have just locked the door because, when you by yourself, all of a sudden you be hearing noises. You hear everybody walking up and down the stairs, everybody out in the parking lot. So that was a whole no for me. It kind of rubbed me the wrong way. And I kind of started peeping how you get treated even here in Africa by Africans versus other people. So it was like she said that they didn't have anywhere else to put them, so they put some of them in the one that I was in. I think all 15 of them were in the two extra rooms, and there was only three beds. And so I do know she said if I wanted to move to another location that I could. And okay, hold on, y'all, because I'm burning up. I'm sorry. We just have to do it like this. Okay. Y'all see me glistening. I got sunburn. I got major sunburn, but it's okay because I enjoyed the moment. Um, she wanted to move me to another facility. And I said, I've been here like 2 or 3 days, and you want me to pack up my stuff and be inconvenienced and move? Are you serious? Move them. And the kicker to that was they checked out the next morning. So you wanted me to be inconvenienced, and they were just staying overnight. Um, yeah. Anyway, that was that, and it was a nice place. It was a nice facility in a decent location outside of Nairobi, which was why, back to my being dropped off on the side of the road. I booked this place on Booking. It did not say, "Hey, we're not really in Nairobi." It just said Mombasa Road or whatever in Nairobi, Kenya. They were actually about 30 minutes from my neck fan is inside of my Foot Locker in there. It's just that the hijab was hot. It's very humid. It's probably still 80 something degrees. It didn't cool off too much tonight. But anyway, back to my story. Make sure I'm anybody else. I was dropped off on the side of the road because had I went into Nairobi where the shuttle was going, I would have been at least on a good day 30 to 45 minutes away from where I was staying, past where I was staying. So that is why I had to get dumped on the side of the road, which it was a thing. Like all of the shuttles and Nettie, right now I could just use a little handful of snow to just kind of pat myself down. Um, so, like I said, this is another instance of you cannot get true, correct information. So, if you are traveling to Africa and you book it through something, you make sure you get in contact with the people. And I did contact them, but not once did they ever say, "Well, we're not really in Nairobi," because I was like, I'm catching a shuttle from Namanga to Nairobi. They never said, "Well, don't go all the way into Nairobi," or "We're not actually in Nairobi." You know, luckily, the spirit said, send them a message and tell them you're still on your way because it was getting late. It's pitch black dark. It's almost like 8 o'clock at night. And I sent him a message saying, "We still en route and we're about an hour and a half from Nairobi." And he was like, "Oh, when you get through this place, have them drop you off at the gas station." But as he was saying that, and I was trying to explain it to the driver, we passed it up and it was on a service road. So I guess at that moment, the driver pretended not to speak English and because he didn't want to have to get off and go over there. So I said, "Talk to the guy." And the guy from the hostel told him to pull over and drop me off and they would come and get me. And so it was a whole mess. I mean, these guys, like when they pulling over to the side, there's no shoulder. It's a construction zone. They're like literally, I don't know how they don't run people over. Like they don't give a damn about pedestrians. So they were just like swerving over. And so that was that dilemma, the whole thing. But the facility was actually nice. Another thing, when you come here, you will get used to being on, how we say CPT. No, you on APT, African People Time, because they do not move fast at all. At all. So every morning that I went, the first morning I went to the elephant orphanage. The next one I went on the safari. And then the next one I went to the train station. So each one of those mornings, the person that showed up to make my breakfast, because at this place breakfast was included, the last day to go to the train, I had exactly 10 minutes to wolf down breakfast and coffee, because that's when they showed up. Like, we show up when we want to. So sometimes they say 10 o'clock. It may be 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It might be the next day at 10 o'clock. So you get used to it. Like, there's no rush. I'm the military experience. I am a very punctual person for the most part. Like, if you tell me to be there at 10 o'clock, I'm going to be there at 9:45, 9:30, because, whatever. So another thing is their time. We do military time for all my military people in here. We do the 24-hour clock. Our 0000 is at 12 midnight. So 1 a.m. is 01. Here, 1 is 7 a.m. 101 is 7 a.m. and then it just goes from there. So 23:30 is actually 6:30 in the morning. It is what it is. Things are different. They're done differently over here. So you have to, be mindful, because the true people that in Tanzania, there's a thing. They don't want to speak English. Yeah. Can you imagine, Daph? I was like, wait. I'm counting on my fingers because 7 a.m. is 01. 06:30 is actually 23:30. So it's just screwed up. So when you tell somebody two, that means 9 o'clock in the morning. I just forget it. I say I'm American and I'm talking American time. Can you be here at 9 a.m. American time? Like, just it's crazy. So they don't want to speak English in Tanzania. So that's been a problem. It's been hard for me to learn Swahili because, on top of learning Swahili, I'm also learning Arabic and tutoring English. So my brain be smoking on most days. So that's a whole nother thing. Kenya, for the most part, they do speak um, English. A lot of them speak it very well, but if they understood what they were saying, probably not. Because you sit here like, well, do you have, is it something, something, something? Where can I get something? And they'll just say yes. Like, yes. Okay, that wasn't a yes or no question. I need you to tell me, so they don't get it. So today's dilemma was looking for an apartment. I said my budget was $100. And so the guy was like, yeah, I got two places for you to look at. They were beautiful. They were absolutely lovely. And they were actually 100,000 Kenya shillings, which is $1,000. And not on my watch, not ever, not in the United States, not in New York, not in California, nowhere. I would never pay that much for anything. Never. Never, never, never. So we have that little communication problem. And yeah, so that was my first time in Nairobi, my first time doing a safari, and now we're going to have my first time doing a train ride, which was lovely. But it was Sunday, so the food car where you can go sit down and eat was closed. And they did service. I had a decent meal, though. It was really good. It took me like 6 hours to get to Mombasa. And then I got on the shuttle from Mombasa to Diani Beach. And that took like 2 hours. And the little couple on there, they said it normally only takes an hour. And they don't know why it took so long on this particular day. And I had to take a ferry. And I got a good chuckle out of that. We staged up. We get on this big old ferry. And I promise you, I thought we were going to go down the river or whatever. The ferry literally just turned and adjusted, and we was at the other side. Can't y'all build a bridge? I'm just saying. Oh my gosh. So here I am in paradise. For those of you that are on my Facebook or on my Instagram and saw my pictures, and those of you here that have seen me snorkeling in Zanzibar, Zanzibar does not have nothing on Diani Beach. This water is so crystal clear. It is just amazing. Hence me being in the water, trying to swim along the bottom for 3 hours today. It was awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay. So with all of that excitement, it made the travel woes really, really worth it. So here, let's talk about this hostel here. Sister said there ain't no way in hell she was staying. Okay, let me just try to give y'all a peek at where I'm sitting. I'm sitting literally at the bar, and that's the swimming pool. Some of the guests just went to bed. They're celebrating because a guy that's been here for 6 weeks, he's leaving. He's going back home after being here 6 weeks. Like, it's doable. Like, I don't want to leave, but I have other things to do. So I said, hell no, she don't want to. Okay, so let me just tell you what I'm staying at. This is a true hostel, okay? I am staying in a dormitory. I went and I did do a count when I was on um, video chat with one of my homegirls. There's 8 bunk beds in my, I'm in the international dorm. It's 8 bunk beds, okay? Male and female. And for the most part, the first group of people that was here when I got here, a lot of them were from Germany and Belgium and places like that. The second group that came in, some of them are from Israel, some from Ecuador. Y'all, I ain't gonna say it. I ain't gonna say Ecuador over here trying to act uppity in Africa. Ecuador? Okay. Anyway, Ecuador. And I got one little boy here from Vegas. Now, when I first got here, nothing goes smoothly. So when I first got here, the girl tried to put me on the top bunk. Now, to know me is to know I don't do top bunks. 6 years in the military, I ain't never slept on no top bunk. And at this age, over 50 and weighing in at 1,000 pounds, do you really think I'm gonna climb up on the top bunk? Not on my watch, boo. So I sat here and yes, they are, girl. And being from okay, so Me Glue, y'all, that's a channel y'all need to subscribe to as well. Um, Texas. So we already know. You live in Texas. Money Hotep and her and Mr. Where's her Mr. Silverback? They live in Texas, so they already know. So can you imagine you getting over here and you trying to look down your nose at somebody? I had to tighten them up really quick. I've been over here trying to be nice because I am, the older person, the oldest person. um, so this particular hostel, I will say it's called Diane Backpackers, and it is really, really nice. But if you over 30, shoot, I almost want to say over 25, but if you over 30, you might want to find somewhere else to stay. Because I am a little immature, it's okay with me because I have military background. It's okay. I did have to get used to it. The mixed dorms is not bad. The facility itself is not bad, but let's talk about how I'm treated versus everybody else. And y'all, I'm not making this up. I'm not hallucinating. I just peep game. I sit back and I peep game. It's a little ass kissing going on. Not directed towards me by no means. Everybody else, like for 2 whole days. When the second crew came in, I was listening to that Tejano circus music for 2 whole days. I was like, what did y'all playing? Because they play music all day. What are you playing? Oh, they're listening to it. I said, okay, but am I in Africa or I'm in fucking Mexico somewhere? I'm just saying, even if you are trying to pacify everybody, you play an eclectic mix of music. I shouldn't have to sit here and listen to it ain't Zydeco accordion. It's that, the kind that just grate on your nerves. And I said, I'm just saying, I'm just wondering, little Afro beats, little South African house music, something. What are we listening to? And the kicker was they was over at the pool listening to their own crap. They weren't even listening to the circus music that's just like grating on um my yes, honey, let them know. Um on my nerves. So they did finally change it. And it's like 4 or 5 of them. Like it's about we'll get to that. Okay, so let me back up. I know I told you I'd be all over the place. So when I got here, and so I said, okay, if somebody is checking out, I will try to get my big ass up on this top bunk for one night. She offered me a private bungalow at a very steep rate. She offered me at a rate. She said, well, it's 4,000 Kenya shillings, but I'm giving it to you for 3,000. And I said, for one night, And she said, yes, that's equivalent to about 30, $40. 4,000 is like $40. Um, the 3,000 is like $30. I said, do you understand that I paid that much for the whole week? I'm not upgrading. I'm gonna climb up on the bunk, and if it cave in, it just cave in. So the little boy from Las Vegas, he said, "Are they putting you on the top bunk?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Oh no." He said, "I'll switch with you. It's no problem. I'm much smaller than you." Okay, but thank you, little old boy. Thank you, and I'll take it. I'm not gonna complain at all. Um, he gave me his bottom bunk, and so the housekeeper came in and changed the sheets and everything, and so that was that little hiccup. But once again, I was being oh, and mind you, so my reservation reserved bottom bunk is what it said. Bottom. That don't mean I'm coming. Get somebody ass off their bottom bunk and find me a bottom bunk. And no, I'm not paying you no extra for a private bungalow. The whole purpose was to be traveling on a budget, staying in hostels and whatever. So he did that for me. So that was very shout out to the little boy from Vegas. They out here working on something. And so let me see. So I did that. We did the music. So now let's get cut to the meat. This message is strictly for my people. This is for my people. This is what I have peeped here, and I'm going to keep it raw like I always do. This white savior complex is a little out of hand. So it's fine and dandy that my people that are coming to the continent, you want to come over here and you want to start a business, you want to do this because you want to be successful. I get it. Kudos to you. Now, the problem and the issue that I have, me, on this continent, on the motherland, from darkness is where we come from, land. Everything is owned by other races. The sanctuaries. And not for nothing, we smart. We are educated. We have educations. We have opportunities. Excuse me. The sanctuaries, the animal sanctuaries, are owned by Europeans. The grocery stores are owned by Indians. A lot of the houses here are owned by Italians, other races. Where are we? Y'all want to come over here and say, oh, we're doing this, that, and the other. Where are our miners to come and buy up some land and say we're going to mine for these diamonds, gold, rubies, tanzanite, amethyst? That's all in. That's that's all right here. We have nothing, not even in our own land where we come from. We don't own a damn thing, okay? And we shuffling for the man. Yes, we are damaged in the U.S. from slavery. They are damaged over here from colonization. I'm talking. I got shared a tuk tuk with the little gal from Belgium, 18 years old. I've talked to two or three of these people that were here in the first group. A really tall young man from Germany. Germany. I want y'all to hear these countries I'm saying. He said he just spent a semester at university in Uganda, and his semester in Germany or whatever, he got another month before it starts. And I'm like, wait, you just came to Africa for a semester at university? Imagine that. They come into Africa to go to university. The little 18-year-old from Belgium, she's traveling alone. So she said, come to find out, she's here on a volunteer. She's volunteering in country for something, and a lot of them here are volunteers. Where's us? Where is us? Because just thinking about it, my blood is boiling. So, first of all, let me say, y'all need to get y'all act together and stop being afraid of Africa because there's nothing to be afraid about. Um, if you want to see some wild animals, if you're worried about wild animals, stay your ass out the center of the national park because that's where the wild animals are. Okay. All these isms, Africans don't like us. Africans say Americans don't like us. This shit ain't, it's not true. And the only reason that they're acting like they're acting is because they're not used to seeing us. Okay, we coming over in little bitty numbers. These people been over here, they coming over here, they're doing all sorts of shit that we should be doing as a people. Yes, they should, with the stuff that they're doing, we should be doing in our land. This is what I have peeped since being over here. Not for shit. I didn't really see too many of them in Tanzania, but me and Tanzania ain't getting along right now. I don't really see, only in like the really touristy areas, because where I stay in Tanzania, I sit between the Serengeti and Mount Kilimanjaro. So they come in there to go either do one of those excursions, excuse me, either to climb Kilimanjaro or to go on safari. And then when they leave there, they head to Zanzibar. And they pretty much camp out in the northwestern part of Zanzibar. The southeast portion is locals and us, or us that want to be with us, because some people from the diaspora have built up a diasporan community in Zanzibar. Bunch of townhomes and stuff. They cost about 50 or 60,000 US dollars. I didn't come to Africa for that. I think we focused on the wrong thing. Um, I just don't understand. I know we got some people that's done went to veterinarian school. I know at least two of my friends that they children love animals, and one has graduated. She's and did a like an internship at a farm in Kansas. The other one, she collects up all the stray babies she can find in their little area. My friend's house looked like an animal sanctuary. She got rabbits, she got some ducks, she got horses, the whole nine yard. So why we can't come over here and start something? I love animals. And the issue that I had, my elephant video, and I do apologize that that video was really crappy, but it was crappy because I had to get permission from the owner to post my video. She said she had to check out my YouTube channel and make sure I was not monetized, um, to post the videos from her place. And I was like, that's really odd, because I found out about you from someone that has over 100,000 subscribers, which means I know they fucking monetized. And they just posted the video like 1 or 2 months, well, like a month or so ago. I found out about it right before I came. Okay. Then she sent me a long ass email telling me on this occasion, we will allow you to post the video, but you can't show none of our guests' face. You can't do this. So I tried to blur out the edges, so it kind of made the video a little wobbly. And the best footage that I had with the elephants rolling in the mud and all this stuff, each one of them, Becky walking through, Tom getting a little too damn close. I went and found me a corner that nobody was standing in because they didn't want to walk through the mud. And I was in that corner by myself. I look up, they all over there where I am. So, you know, mm, that that aspect I'm very unhappy with. We need to do better. And I asked the guy, I said, don't know Kenyans own those sanctuaries. I would like to visit. No. He was like, no, we can't afford it. What you mean you can't afford it? Huh? Okay, that's my rant on that. Um, like I said, I've seen I, the, what do they call, Shwa something, the Swamis, the Hindu. They have hospitals over here. They're real elaborate, real nice. Everybody's got something except for us. That makes me sad. Anyway, we the drivers, we the tuk-tuk drivers, the boda drivers, and it to the point to where I was actually shocked. I met a young couple Monday at the beach, and he was very young, and he said he wants to be the governor. And I said, all right, Governor, how can I get some citizenship so I can vote for you? How? How? I want to support. I want to do my part. You know, it is what it is. Those of you that have kids in college, see if they can do an exchange and come abroad to Africa and do some studies. We have some very good universities over here. For one of my friends in Ghana who wants to advance, he's a detective in northern Ghana. He wants to continue his education, but he doesn't want to do it in Ghana because he said the market is flooded. And so I looked up the top law programs in Africa. Granted, the first two or three is in South Africa with names like German names that I can't even pronounce the name of the schools there. Dar es Salaam, Nairobi, um, the top 10, I can't even remember where some of the, Cairo, Egypt, these places have some of the top law programs on the continent. Um, their little their study programs are a little differently set up than ours because basically here, like the kids go to school all year round here, not like in the US where y'all got them winter break, summer break, it snowed a half an inch break, it rained too hard. These kids go to school all year round in Africa, Asia, most places. So they get like 2 weeks at the beginning of the year or something. But there's stuff here available. Stop being afraid of Africa. It's civilized. I had one of my students tell me, I want to come to Africa, but I'm afraid. And I said, why are you afraid? He said, animals and the people. Elaborate. What do you mean? He said, well, there's wild animals there, yeah? I said, yeah, out in the national parks. I said, I live in a city with like 7 million people. Where ain't no room for no wild animals. I'm like, I said, so what about the people? Oh, well, they're uncivilized too. I said, you know what? You're absolutely right. Don't bring your ass to Africa. You stay where you at. Okay. All righty. Thank you for coming. Go take care of mama. I will be wrapping it up here shortly. Um, basically, um, it's real it's real upside down, y'all. It's real upside down. So if y'all can do a little research, ask some questions, I'm here to answer questions as best to my ability. There are other people that are here. A lot of people came here and they did what I'm doing right now right off the rip, and they ran out of money. um, they had to go back for whatever reason, you know, things that factor in if you come in here thinking you're going to start a business. For those that want to do something like that, make sure you have enough capital to last you 1 or 2 years, because you're in case your business makes no money. I mean, like, it will be amazing if you opened up a business today and turned a profit tomorrow. That would be really great, but that's just not reality. So you factor that in. I personally did not come here to start a business, so I came with enough money to survive for 1 year, and I did not make it, so I had to get a little side hustle, and that has done me just fine. So for those of you that can speak English, all my US people, and you want to come abroad, you want to be a digital nomad, you can there are things that you can do, because most of us over here you don't need unless you just want to be successful and be a millionaire, trillionaire. That's good. Kudos. I wish you the best and success. But for those of us normal people that just want to have peace of mind and live in peace, there are things that you can do online, and maybe I'll do a little short video about how I tutor English for, can you say for a living? Yeah, for a living. Is it great money? If I was in the US, I'd be in the poorhouse. But over here, it serves the purpose. You can make your own hours being a digital nomad. You can work how you want to. Um, at this moment, I do not plan to start a business. I wanted to do a cosmetic line. So I came here with two big old balls of shea butter, some fragrance, and then being in Tanzania, I couldn't find anything else. I couldn't find a scale to weigh the stuff. I finally found some containers. It was just really hard. It's Tanzania is their infrastructure is in place, but it's like being thrown back in time. They don't have a lot of stuff. They don't have a lot of stuff. Let me just give you an example. It's on my hair video. The hair video, I need to be putting the links to these things. I don't know how to do that yet. Bear with me. Um, I went to the market, the supermarket, to get some shampoo and conditioner. I went to like three different markets, and the biggest one had like 5 shelves down the whole aisle of different kinds of shampoo. All these shampoo. I couldn't find out one bottle of hair conditioner. I was like, is that what's wrong over here? There's no conditioner. So I had to make some conditioner. That's fine. But I knew when I get over here to Kenya, Kenya was going to serve me well. So I went to the little market down the road, got some shampoo and conditioner, and I thought about it. I said, I don't know when I'm going to get back here. Let me get 2 more bottles. I got like 3 bottles of conditioner because being a natural, most of the time I co-wash with conditioner. I don't really use the shampoo like but maybe once a month, if that. So yeah, you can't even get like conditioner, like at least not in Arusha. You may be able to get it in Dar es Salaam. But Arusha, I am thrown back in time. Like I can't find nothing. You can't find anything. I'm not very business savvy, but if I keep following Money Hotep, y'all, it ain't no telling what I could be capable of because when I tell you she is one smart cookie, she is. And I knew that when I first met her. I met her 30 some years ago. I told her, we old now, we old. And I knew that I liked her because she was smart. She was smart and she was down. And I was like, okay, like this girl right here, she has gone places. She did amazing things in the military. She went from being enlisted to being an officer. Hoorah. And now in civilian life, she is doing the thing, her and her spouse, just above her there, Mr. Silverback. Yes. And she gives you great advice. She has some excellent women on her show. She co-hosts with a young lady um, that for those of you that are trying to do the whole branding thing, the digital thing, I'm gonna find my niche with that because maybe being here and doing this backpacking thing, maybe I can get some merchandise and sell it. Who knows? You never know. But like I said earlier, um, was it the happy hour? I was listening to one of them, the happy hour, or either another episode, and they were talking about how to um, make your brand more visible in the search engines. What is it called? SEO or something to that? With some letters that, yes, yes, grown. There you go, right here, right here. Because I have to talk about this, y'all. It was like somebody flipped a switch because I've been kind of laying dormant. I came here to detox. It took me about a year to detox and get my mind completely right over here. Um, After about 4 months or so, I started tutoring online, and I never considered myself a digital nomad. So that's just like putting your toes in the swimming pool and testing the temperature. I was listening to this podcast and these ideas as they were talking, these ideas just started coming to me, and I'm listening and I'm like, oh crap, let me get my journal and an ink pen and start writing down. By the end of that podcast, I had like 30 different main subjects for videos and a whole bunch of sub subjects under some of them. And the ideas just kept coming. And I actually wanted to do something and to be successful and to be, financially stable and fit, because the way they presentation is everything. It's not all uptight. I have to say, my favorite was the happy hour one. Grab your glass of wine and learn something. These women are amazing. To my sisters, my brothers, I'm not leaving y'all behind, but sisters, we on the move. We are doing things. We doing it big. And this is one of the people that I look up to, that I can say I admire. I'm a fan. Okay. And there's one other person, she's on YouTube, and she's probably the one that's got me in that pickle for this hostel. But this one right here, life insurance, um, things, ideas, being financially independent, grown women growing wealth. It's doable, y'all. It's doable. And from my point of view, you do not need a lot of overhead. There are people that can tell you how to start a business with $500. A lot of y'all are wasting that on sneakers and purses. I'm just saying, because I've been there, done that. I've squandered a lot of money. And probably my only one regret in life. Get with somebody, get with this person, and let them just listen to the podcast. If you don't, and will say, oh, well, blah, blah, blah. Because I guarantee you, once you actually listen to a podcast, to her podcast, and say, oh, is that what's going on in the world? Because they're not telling you. Yes, SEO. Correct me if I'm wrong. Search engine optimization. Is that what it? Put in there what that means. I'm going to explain briefly. SEO is if you have a business, and then I'm just going to give you a snippet, and then you got to go listen to the podcast yourself. Daph, give me the link for that podcast so that I can put it on my screen. The actual, and you can get it from her website, and do it on any platform that you want to listen to. You can listen to it on what's that place? The green one, Spotify. You can listen to it on Podbean. That's where I listen to it. You can listen to it on her website. Okay, but they are telling you the keywords and the words you need to use. So if somebody comes in and searches for your business, your company, it'll come up, and not if you searching for um somebody's searching for you and they end up with a funeral home. If that's not your business, you don't want to come up under funeral homes if that's not your niche. Okay, you want to come up, and you want to come up rather quickly when people are searching for things. You want to be in those top search engines. You want to keep the attention. But I'm not the professional on it. Her and her crew is. So you need to get with them. Chumps, did you send me a private message so I can contact you? Because I know you're coming this way. Yeah, we got to do better. I want us to be successful. I want us to get what's rightfully ours. And doing this is supporting each other. One of my aspirations for doing this backpacking thing, because it did not start off as a backpacking journey. It started off with me supposedly, okay, I'm going to get it in just a second. It started with me wanting to come to Mombasa to find an apartment because I'm ready to get out of Tanzania, flat out. Um, Tanzania, I'm not going to bash it or badmouth it, but I must put it like this. It's Tanzania versus the rest of the world. They're not user friendly to nobody else. If you're not Tanzanian, that means if you African American, if you African, if you come from Kenya, Zimbabwe, Ghana, Senegal, they're not user friendly. And God knows they're not user friendly for Europeans. But this was the previous administration, the new president. She's trying to, straighten it out. Since she's been in office, there are some websites that I could get down to. So she is slowly, pulley, changing things, I guess, for the better. But we as a people, we need to come together, which is what they don't want. The powers that be do not want. That is the biggest bee I've ever seen. It looks like a bird. Oh my God. Anyway, y'all, I'm sitting out at the bar. Let me get do. Who wants a drink? Who wants a drink? Because they don't have a quiet space. So this is a quiet space. And I'm, whatever. Anyway, he trying to get him a drink. As long as he stay over there. Um, these places, these things are doable. What would be really excellent if someone can um, get over here and do like a women's empowerment group so that we as sisters can come over here and start doing some stuff. Doing, digital nomad is the wave of the future, is trending right now. And so I found out that I actually have a title. I'm a digital nomad. Y'all. It's the little things that make me happy and make me smile. But if you don't know, I don't have a clue. I don't have a degree. I don't have complete understanding of a lot of things. But what I do have is determination. So this trip to come look for an apartment turned into a backpacking adventure through 3 countries, inshallah, because Rwanda is still looking a little iffy. But when I leave here, I'm headed to Uganda. I've never been to Uganda. I'm super excited about that. These people know how to travel and travel cheap. You know, my first video when I moved here to Africa, you saw that luggage I have. I'm moving around with a backpack, which in itself is a miracle because I don't know how to pack light. But watching other people do it, I learned. So as I learn, I want to share with what I'm gaining from this. So, good morning. Morning. Um, thank you all that have contributed and for my cause and whatever. So I asked for help. I was embarrassed. I didn't want to ask for help, but I did ask for help, and a lot of y'all have come through. Um, and I appreciate it. I truly, truly appreciate it. Hey, Ida. Um, so this is what your donations have done. When I started out, I came here to look for a house. And then I was like, you know what? I want to go up there and do this and this and this. So this first portion of the trip, I thought I had covered. I did. I kind of had it covered until Nairobi happened. And um, then I'm going to like a third city, and then I'm headed to Uganda. The Uganda portion and the Rwanda portion would not have been possible at all without y'all contributions. So what I kind of hope to get from this experience and with your donations that you gave me is that my YouTube channel will blow up. I know they say it's a marathon, it's not a sprint. It'll take a moment for the channel to grow. But I kind of, before I went to Money Hotep's podcast, I was stumped. I was just stagnant. I couldn't think of another video to post. And I kind of got sad because I'm like, am I that boring? I refuse to do the buffoonery stuff. The only excitement that y'all may get is if somebody pisses me off and I have to do a rant video, which I don't want to do that either because that's negative energy. And so I just was at a standstill as far as the YouTube videos go. I took a couple of months off. I didn't know what else to post. I'm like, I'm not interesting. Nobody likes me, blah, blah, blah. But just I've listened to more than one, but just listening to this one here, Grown Women Growing Well, it motivated me. It gave me a new life. And it said, hey, you know, for those of you who don't know, Kimberly is my given name. You're not stupid by any stretch of the means. Your intelligence exceeds that of most people. What are you doing? You're not so, slow that you can't figure stuff out and learn how to do new things. I'm not stuck in that trend, and I'm super immature. So I kind of wish, but everything happens for a reason, that I would have had that push or this knowledge when I was in my 20s or 30s. But since I have not, and I'm over 50 and I'm just now getting it, like, yeah, when I left trucking after all those years, trucking was my passion. I had a truck. I've had my own truck. I've been a company driver, been an owner operator. But now I'm tired. That was hard work. It was strenuous. What am I going to do, not just for me, but for my people? Because there's a reason. There's absolutely a reason for my existence. And I'm not a selfish person, kind of. So it's not just for my benefit. If I learn something new, I want to share it with you. I want y'all to participate with me. Tell me, what is it that you want to do, that you want to succeed in? We need to work as a community and help each other out. Um, you know, I can get it. I do want to be successful, because when the next person come through and say, hey, I need help with this, or this is what I want to do, maybe I can be a venture capitalist. Yes, I'm going all the way to the top. I can be a venture capitalist, or for those of y'all that know, a person with a whole lot of money that can invest in your project that you want to do. Daph, I learned something new. I learned something new. I never thought that this would be the road that I would be on. So, actually, to answer her question, do I plan to start a business? I'm not going to say no, because then that cuts off my blessings and my success. I very well may. I plan to be successful, and I plan to be successful real soon. Okay? Just manifestation, putting it out into the universe. What am I going to be successful at? A whole lot of stuff, because I just don't know right now. Yes. Yes. Thank you, Fitzroy. I'm trying, but this didn't happen overnight. I didn't have anybody to say, well, because no, really nobody knew what I was doing and what I wanted to do. I didn't know what I wanted to do. But we should get in this mindset of what can I do so that I'm working for myself and I have people working for me. I used to run away from stuff like that. But now that I'm here in Africa, Simone Alana, she has a channel, and she said she couldn't make it to the live, but she sent me a question. What is it that I love about being on the continent? What I love about being on the continent is that the business opportunities are here. Yes, they got their infrastructures in place. Yes, they have corporations, they have global corporations here, and there's still room for growth. There's so much land on this continent that is untouched, which is a good thing. I'm not saying come tear up the land. You know who you are. Don't come over here with y'all shiggity boom. I'm saying that if you have something and you can get it started, you can come over here. There are some people that are really business oriented. They may be business majors. They may just have that gift to gab and are real serious. Determination, motivation. What motivates you? What are you passionate about? You can come over here and get it started, and that contributes to the cause, because I know over there it's hard to get us to get business grants, business loans, start a business, but others can come in and start a business. Well, guess what? It's no different over here. You can come over here in that business that you always wanted to start it. You can get it started over here. It's just like in the US, where we struggle to get our businesses off the ground, but other people can come from other countries and get all these exemptions and this and that and the other. You can come over here and do the same thing. That is what I have learned on my backpacking journey. I have had some epiphanies. I have had, this is a humbling experience to have to share my personal space with a bunch of strangers and keep my cool because they don't have no manners. They're not as clean as I would like them to be. We all different. We are all different. They ain't bathing. I'm just saying. Um, I take 3 showers a day. I'm old, I'm fat, and I'm hot. I'm in that shower 3 times a day. And a lot of times I go in there and the floor is dry. I'll get out. Like, out the swimming pool, change some clothes, go to dinner, put on some perfume. That ain't bathing. But ain't us. That's them. Anyway, you know, it's so much to be seen. Somebody asked me, will I do a trip, um, a group of people to form a trip? And for the record, it is safe to travel over here. When I go out in town and to the markets, um, it jumps. I'm telling you. But I think, let me just tell you what I think about that situation, that statement. That if it was a group of us, we'd probably be put out, first of all, but it would be a takeover. This is how they're coming over here, and this is how they're saving their money staying at these hostels. Okay. Yes, some of the people that are got it like that, of any race, they stand at 5 star, then they crying that they done ran all their credit cards up and then all this debt behind a vacation and a trip. And it doesn't have to be like that. Yes, it's really nice. I have always tried to find a good bargain to get your more than your money's worth. When I came to Zanzibar, I stayed in a bungalow on the beach. It was like $14 a night. It was cool for a 1 or 2 week stay. Um, no, I didn't go up to the Northwest End and get the $140 a night resort, because I just, being who I am, I don't really have a whole lot of fear. And when I come, I want to see my people. I don't want to see y'all. I want to see my people. And that's where I stayed, in an area that was known to be locally owned and run. But now Zanzibar is selling its soul. And I think it's all behind the pandemic, which is probably the plandemic. Um, Everything happens for a reason. So now they're like, oh, hey, you come on over here. You can buy some land now. You can put up that hotel. So slowly, slowly, in that 1 year, from when the time I left Zanzibar to the first and second time that I went back to visit, there's so much construction going on along the beach because they're selling plots of property. They're selling them for high dollar. But if you can afford to buy it, you can put your hotel up, and we're not putting any stipulations up on you. And guess who ain't building none? I don't see us. I don't see us. Yes. So even if you can get you to some group of trustworthy friends and family and pool y'all money together and come put something up in one of these countries, 54 countries over here. By the end of my journey, I will be down 7, and I got 47 more to go. So I'm hoping that that can be a thing. I'm very close to my 4,000 viewable hours on YouTube. I'm very close to 1,000 subscribers. I'm not going to buy them. If somebody thinks that my channel is worth watching, that's fine. If I never make it there, then that means that that wasn't for me anyway. But I'm going to still use this platform as a means to motivate you. Now, if we have any questions for me, let me know. Put them down in the chat. And I know it's a little delayed reaction. Um, and like I said, kudos. Please go check out. I never did see the website. Um, Thank you, Silverback. But I was, that's called pride. That's called foolish pride. And I appreciate it because I really had to have a powwow talk with one of my friends. And I was like, I need some. She was like, you better put that up there. I said, but no, I don't want to be asking people for stuff. But I am truly glad that I did, because the second and third portion of this trip would not have existed. And like I said, I'm hoping that this is the ground for me to um, grow and be able to do my part to help people. So I'm trying to scroll back and make sure I haven't missed anybody's comment, because when I get to yippity yapping, I don't be paying attention. So here's some things that I look forward to having while I'm scrolling. It made me think. I would like to have someone that could moderate my live videos. I'm small right now, but one day I'm going to be really big and it's going to be a whole lot of people in here. And I will need somebody to moderate my chat. These are just little small goals that I have. Y'all might think, like, that's so stupid. That's so dumb. It's a thing. If you want to be successful on YouTube, it's a thing. And I'd also like somebody that could record for me so I won't be scared to pull out my camera, my phone, or my GoPro thinking somebody's going to snatch it and I can get y'all some good footage. Y'all don't understand how hard it is to be trying to get something really good. One, I get excited and I forget I'm recording. Two, I get to looking around, make sure ain't nobody running up on me trying to grab my stuff, because right now I can't be affording to replace stuff. I'm on a budget. Kidogo is very little. And I get it and I understand it. It's my budget. It's little. And one day it's going to be big. And for all the people that have helped me, I want to be able to help another 10 or 20 people, for everybody that helped me. Because that's how I roll. Mm, I don't know what it's going to be, but it's going to be something. Yes. Amazing. Speak it out into the universe. Grab them journals and write it in the journal. And after you write it in the journal, read that sentence out loud, or that paragraph, what you want to do. Read it out loud. This was some of the things that I took away from the podcast. This is what was running through my mind. You want to you want to do a vision board? That's fine. Okay, my mouth. I didn't talk too much to y'all. My mouth is dry. You want to do a vision board? You get your journal and write your stuff down in your journal and make it happen. Let's do this. Let's make it happen. You know, and at that point, when somebody may be in a position, I may be in a position to help you, even if it's just a word of encouragement. Or once I'm successful, I might be able to say, okay, here you go, and not worry about. Okay, so for real over here, we don't have bills like y'all got over there. Like if you brought your credit card with you, okay, we got some credit card stuff. You pay your electricity, water, and trash. That stuff is usually like kind of prepaid. Like you put the money on your box, on your meter, and forget about it. I mean, if you run out, you run out because you turn some of them damn lights off. Oh, and the power outages in Tanzania, they make ensure that you don't run out of electricity, because we be getting rationed electricity. I'm so used to so much stuff that would never fly in the United States. Like on any given day, they may shut the water off. But saving grace is that I have a big water tank on top of my house. So as long as it's full, I don't care if they turn the water off from the street. Um, Electricity, we're being rationed electricity because they're trying to bring the big power plants up to date. And so if for 10-day increments we get rationed, they shut the electricity off for like 10 to 12 hours a day. So yeah, at the peak of the heat, you ain't got no electricity. I ain't got no AC, no how, but these are things that you get used to. I mean, some of us do. I do. Yes. Um, yes. If you had a group of 10 to 15 friends, chumps, I mean, that's really cool to just come. It's fine and dandy to do fun time, but it's also for business minded people to come over and say, okay, let me see what we can do. Because over here is build as you go. If you have money to start building your house or whatever, yeah, I don't think it's no mortgage over here. Ain't no mortgage. Ain't no what. If you don't have the money, you don't build it. So it's pay as you go. That's always a thing. And you can start a Airbnb or your own hostel, or even maybe a top of the line hotel. How big are your pockets? These are some things that you can do, you know, things that you won't find over here, at least not in Tanzania. There is no McDonald's. There is in Dar es Salaam, there's a KFC, a Subway, Pizza Hut, and Burger King. In Arusha, it's only Pizza Hut, and I refuse to eat with them ever again after the food poisoning thing. Um, we're free to come and go as we please. We have never been on lockdown in Tanzania. We don't wear masks. They wear masks over here in Kenya. And I think they just said that they were getting rid of the required PCR testing to get into Kenya. It's not, you know, the thing to me, this is my personal opinion. They were projecting that it was going to be all these Africans laying dead in the street behind this fufu pandemic. But the joke was on them. The US, UK, they can't get their shit under wraps. Africa is just fine. I think last year we had like 55,000 cases out of like 1.5 billion people. And you may say, oh, well, nobody's reporting or they're not reporting correctly or this isn't. Um, I just saw my first funeral in Arusha like a couple of weeks ago. I ain't seen no funerals. I don't hear ambulance. I don't hear gunshots. Let me throw that in there. You know, everything. Yes, there are some cities, some countries that are having civil unrest, like Mali and Burkina Faso, because they kicking France's ass out. Y'all got to go, and so they're having a little civil unrest. They doing coups, they doing all sorts of stuff, but they trying to get their stuff back. So for that, I'm like, I'm cool with that. If I could fight in that man's army, military, whatever, I can, I can support my people over here. Mm. And that's what they had to tell the Western world when they told Kenya and these other countries to go into Ethiopia and do something. They're like, they're my brothers. They'll be all right. We ain't going up in there. That ain't none of our business. So, yes. Um, put it, let me still scrolling. I'm going to get down there because I like that. What is the next adventure in Kenya? Right now, I'm on the coast. I'm headed to Kisumu, which is off of Lake Victoria. I'm only gonna stay there for like 2 days because I just want to see Lake Victoria. You know, Sade sang about it in some of her songs. Ooh, if you're old enough to know about, yes. So Lake Victoria. At the end of Lake Victoria, I think between Zambia and Zimbabwe, you can Google it. It's something called the Devil's Pool. It is like one of the tallest waterfalls in the world, but it has this ledge that you are able to wade out to the edge of the waterfall and not go over because of this rock formation that's at the edge of it. Not my thing, but as much as I love water, I like, I'm cool. I'm okay with the waterfall, um, looking at it from a distance. But that's just the thing. There's so much amazing stuff here. So after Kenya, I will be headed to Kampala, Uganda. And I was like, what is Uganda known for? What is Uganda known for? Silverback. They known for gorillas. But let me tell y'all how I won't be seeing no gorillas. It costs like $1,000 US dollars to go see some gorillas in the mist. Not this go round. But when I become successful, it's going to be the first thing on my to-do list is to go see some gorillas. I have seen the elephants, I have seen the giraffes and the lions. That video is coming up soon. I posted on Facebook to tell people what they saw on this little video snippet, a little 2 or 3 second snippet. Even my driver, he almost drove past them. But Hawkeye was on it. And I was like, stop, stop, stop. And he was like, what? I said, stop, stop. And when he stopped, we were right in front of him. And he's like looking around. I said, look in the ground. Look down there. He said, oh, I didn't even see him. I know, because you was going to blow right by him. It was two male, younger lions laying in the grass. And then he got on the squawk block and he called everybody and said, we up where we were, the two lions, it's two lions. And so once they all started coming, they got up and they was like, we can't get no sleep. Y'all over here bothering us. And eventually they walked away. But I got a good bird's eye view of two younger male lions, which was amazing. Um, so, and I do love animals. I do, I do, I do, I do. I'm trying to get these little fast monkeys over here. I can't think of the name of them. They black and white. They are so cute. Um, the ignorant baboons is outside of the compound because they'll throw poo and stuff at you. They real ignorant. They'll steal your stuff. So hopefully I'll catch them on video. They're elusive because they run. And yeah, so that's that. And find my niche late LTK. Volunteering is very good. Do some, see if you can get abroad. I don't think they really take you through too many changes because according to this one girl, young white girl that did a video, somebody interviewed her. One of the channels that I follow, they interviewed her, and she was like, for those ones coming from Europe, they don't even screen them. They can just come over. That's why um, stuff happens, but they don't even screen them. They just sign up and come volunteer in Africa. They need us, white savior syndrome. We need to do some of that. I want to volunteer, but it won't be in Tanzania because they volunteer visa. You got to get a work visa to volunteer in Tanzania. A kitty cat, and that's like $1,000. Anyway, do look have self confidence. Let's see. Now I'll probably get in trouble for answering this question. Yes and no, as if with any place you have the haves and the have-nots. On the Tanzania side, the confidence is that I'm confident that you're a foreigner, and I think that I'm just to take you for a ride. And they say that that's just their culture. So they have the culture to try to scam you, and kind of like bow down to other people. So I don't know what you want to call that. I call it bootlicker syndrome, but like I said, they are just as damaged as we are. And so um, it's a thing. It's a thing. It's not that they hate us and we don't hate them. I would like to believe y'all don't hate my people over here. They y'all people too. Uh, they us's. This us is. It's just so many of us. Anyway, there's a big misunderstanding because of, for instance, my friend, he's a bank manager, young guy with a family. And so he's considered to be doing very well here. He makes about $400 a month as a bank manager. So they have the same animosity here as we have in the United States. You come over here and you start in businesses and you're doing this, and we can't afford to do it, and we can't afford, X, Y, and Z, but you coming over here and do it. So automatically they say, oh, Americans, they're rich. Not this one. Not yet. Not yet, player. Give me a moment. And it's going to be going down. But this is the way they look at it. And I try to explain that, some of us just saved our money and we are able to like put trips together and pay on them. We don't just come and pay all this money at one time. You can even put your airplane tickets on a payment plan now. I hope y'all know that. Like if y'all, that your plane ticket to Africa will be your most expensive thing. And quite honestly, as many of y'all running back and forth to Vegas and Cancun, y'all could have bought 3 or 4 tickets to Africa behind all that. My ticket when I came was $600 for one way. And I got it like, I think it was less than a month. I was moving and shaking. I was not playing. I was trying to get out of the United States. So I didn't care how much the plane ticket cost. But for those of you that are able to plan in advance and find a decent ticket and put it on, I can't think of the name of the site. I think that's owned by a sister. And I used her for Ghana, that I paid on my ticket to Ghana um, over the course of a few months. And yeah, that was one way. That was one way. Y'all know I have no intentions of ever returning to the United States. Let it be written, let it be done. I do have no intentions of ever returning to the United States. There are 54 countries on the continent, and if this one don't want me, I can go to that one. That one don't want me, I can go to that one. It's no big deal. Yeah, so there are means. So if you want to see a video or something like that, I will gather the information for you about those tickets. And you can, it's not just to Africa, it's to anywhere. If the ticket costs over a certain amount, I think it is, you can pay for it like every 2 weeks, and you have to have it paid for like a month or so before your trip. I think it's 30 days, something like that. And um, I can get that information for y'all. And the next one we'll do is how to start preparing for your trip. There are no, she's not. I don't think she's in here. I have some people that do some travel agency stuff. But unless she comments, I don't see her name. I've got 10 people in here, but only just a few commenting. In the event that you standing out in the vestibule of my live chat, make sure you are in the YouTube app. That means you are in YouTube and not on a third party page from social media. Because if you click on the link from Facebook, it will not bring you actually into YouTube, but it will bring you into like a little vestibule area. If it said tap to unmute, you are not in the YouTube app. And you need to come into the YouTube app and see the live chat button and join me on my live chat. And at the very least, tell me, hey, hi, y'all. Yes, put a wish list together. This is something that could be done as well. Okay, so local people, do they have confidence? Some of them do. Most of them don't. Just real simple. I ain't gonna sugarcoat nothing for y'all. Y'all know me. My mouth is slick, but it's real. Anyway, put a wish list together. That is what I was saying. Things that you want to accomplish, anything at all. You put it to task. You put it in writing. You read it out loud. And with the visual boards, you put your visual board somewhere when you wake up or walk through the room that you see it. Take a gander at it and look at it. Because once we start thinking, for those of you that believe in the Bible, so a man thinketh, you got to get that mind right and start thinking that you are successful. Start saying, I'm successful. I'm successful. All that, yeah, buts don't fly over here. No negative. This is a negative free zone. And I believe in manifestation. I believe that God, Allah, Jehovah, all that, Yahweh, Yah, Jah, wants you to be successful. You can call him what you like, but it's still one God. There's one. Mhm. And he wants you to be successful. But he gave you free will to do what you want, how you want to do it. So do it to be successful. Whatever it is you like, um, and it may sound stupid and far fetched, but for back in the day, for those of y'all that lived through the 80s, early 90s, if you was going to be a drug dealer, be the biggest one you can be. I'm not suggesting that you go out and be a drug dealer. Don't be a drug dealer. Don't kill our people. But if that's what you was going to do in life, then aspire to not always be the foot soldier standing on a corner. You want to aspire to be the kingpin. Even they have goals and aspirations. So that's what I was trying to say with that. Don't sell drugs. Don't no. Don't do it. But I'm just saying even they have goals. Even they want to be something other than a street soldier standing on the corner. How hard is it to arrange for shipping to think about solar devices? Okay, so we do have some people do have the solar panels here. And we got plenty of sunlight for sure. And I don't think they're very expensive over here, but some of the newer houses that are being built are using solar panels. And so, um, one of my videos I show you at the Banana Echo Farm, he has that was actually the first hostel that I stayed in, and it was really, really nice. And I had my own room though. But we were in a big, one of the things was a big house. And his farm is run strictly, not strictly, at that time it was like 60% biodiesel, and he had some solar panels. And so I said all of that to say when the power went out, when there was a power outage, for some reason, his things that he had hooked up, like I couldn't even charge my phone on it, but the lights came on and stuff like that. So maybe he just had a cheaper kind of solar panel. I'm not really sure. That's something that I could look into. And as you all know, Akon was trying to build up his city that won't have the power outages, the breaks in power. They'll have continuous power outages. And that's a thing because I even understand in Tanzania, as well as their infrastructure is, there are still lots and lots of places in Tanzania that have no electricity at all. So I'm probably the same way here in Kenya. I'm just now getting acquainted with Kenya. So I can't give you all the ins and outs on Kenya. So yeah, that's that. What was that was pretty cheap. Volunteer as a moderator. And wish list refers to items that may be hard for you to get. Yes, exactly. Um, Let me see. What is this? Volunteer as a moderator. Your wish list. Yes, because I mean, if it's something that you can just go out and buy, I wouldn't waste time putting it on a wish list. Like you may say, oh, I need a car jack. I don't know, something cheap. I wouldn't put that on. I mean, I would put that on a list of things that I need in the future because as you get older, I'm telling you that mind is the first thing to go. So if you don't keep it exercise, which means doing something physical, if it's just walking around the block, that will still keep your mind, your brain going. Because over as you get older, your brain does do a little shrinkage. And I have a history. Both my parents, all of them had dementia. Even though my dad worked hard, they still had it. So a lot of factors that make sure you drink plenty of water. Make sure you do, and at the very least, walk, do something. I wasn't really dedicated to any of that until I got over here and I saw that because of what I was eating, I was losing weight and I still eat a lot, y'all. But it's not laid rid with poison. So the weight is still just coming off of me. So with that, I got so many videos to make. So I'm coming up with a video of me backpacking through the train station and I'm not huffing and puffing. Imagine that. And like I said, in Nairobi, every day that I was in Nairobi, I had over 15, my 15,000, my goal was 10, but every day I had over 15,000 steps. So it's probably no wonder by the time I got to the train station, no, I wasn't huffing and puffing. And they got some little hills over here. So we have to stay active. We have to be motivated and be the best us that we can be for us, for ourselves. It has to start with self first. Start with self. You get right with self and the rest will follow. If you can't stand your own company, then no, you ain't gonna stand the company of somebody else. My thing is I love me. I love me some me. Woo wee. Child, I can tell y'all about me all day long. So I'm okay with being around other people and they don't like me. I don't care. I get that from Lily. Lily throw that finger up. I don't care about y'all not liking me. I like me, and that's all that matters. Um, I've seen some. I'm in a community. I like to crochet, so I'm in a Black women that crochet room, and we are worst enemies. We hate on each other. We're like, oh, I know you're not going to wear that, or I know that must be for private time, or not having the body for something. Stop this. If you don't have nothing good to say, don't say nothing at all. Because what these women are doing, all I see is talent. And initially, I just thought that we didn't even crochet, but it's not that we're not crocheting. We're not crocheting blankets and stuff. We making clothes. We making cardigans. We making dusters. We making bikinis, swimsuits, outfits. Because we are great. We are whatever we put our mind to do. We master it and we do it to the 1 millionth power. Once we set our mind to it, we gets it done and we gets creative with it. So yeah, um, you know, I'm here for you. I'm here to be y'all's biggest cheerleaders. And it's not because, it's I'm grateful that you all supported me. We got 4 more days left on my let me put that back up there because I'm gonna wind this down. Okay, that's the ticker show. We have 4 more days left on my fundraiser for those of you that have not contributed to the cause. I'm I'm real close to what I asked for. I'm not even going to compare it to other people because this is my journey and my journey alone. And so, like I said, in the future, I will be able to contribute to your cause and your cause and your cause. When I was working and on that road and traveling, I was supporting anybody that was selling stuff. I would buy stuff whether I needed it or not. I threw away a whole 10 by 10 storage unit full of stuff, and a lot of it still had the tags on it. That's not bragging, that's not boasting, that's wasteful. And I had to ask the Creator to forgive me for being wasteful. And I couldn't even give it to the Salvation Army or the Goodwill because we were at the peak of the pandemic. And that is another thing. I was determined to get out of the United States. I left on election day at the height of this, let's call it a scamdemic, plandemic, whatever you want to call it. I got the heck out of Dodge. On my first flight, it was almost empty. On the next one from Qatar to Zanzibar, it was full of Europeans coming in because you, for some reason, you have to connect in Qatar. I don't know why, but you do. So if you put your mind to it, you can do it. And so with that, let me make sure ain't no more questions. Volunteer as a moderator. Did I cover that? Explain a little bit more to me what that could be. Let me see down here. All right, so I'll give it a few more minutes. If you have any more questions, I will be doing some more things to motivate us as a people. Maybe I can connect with somebody, some of my home people in the U.S. to get something together to get us to come over as a group to test the waters. I know a lot of people. Sister left. Sister said she didn't get on an airplane for over 2 hours. I said, well, how you going to get to Vegas if you don't want to be on an airplane for over 2 hours? 4-hour flight from Detroit to Vegas. So, yes, put your fears to the side and just do it. Somebody said you only live once. So, YOLO, YOLO, you only live once. That's a lie. You live every day. It's 365 days in a year. You die once. I, yeah, you die once, I think. I don't got the patent on that one, but I think you only die once. You live every day. Um, when you get into, okay. Oh, you volunteer, girl. You know I be drifting off. Okay, send me a private message. So I will have you on there because I tend to not be able to get back into the chats once I do the recording. So before I close out, I'm going to check all those private chats and get that information down and send y'all some information. As a matter of fact, let me put this up here because it's no problem. Let me tell you one of the things that they do here. They like willy nilly give you their bank account number. They're like, oh, you can put it straight in my bank account. Here's my bank account number. They don't have all these trust issues over here like we do. Like we would never. We're so busy trying to hide our bank information. When over here, they just willy nilly give you their bank information. So I'm fixing to willy nilly. Y'all send me the sun is halfway up the light. 255-656-016114. Aha. WhatsApp. And banner. Show. All right. Y'all. Okay. Comments. Okay. This is my Tanzanian phone number. Write that down. Add me into your contacts and put me on. Send me a message on WhatsApp. Chumps, if you still in here. And also find my niche. Send me a message so that I'll have your information. I'm going to wind it down because I'm going to give y'all a daytime gander of. I'm not drinking anymore. I'm not drinking anymore while I'm here. The swimming pool, and I'm staying in that bungalow there, that dormitory. Yes, in the swimming pool, and it's really nice here. Very very nice and tropical. So okay, yeah. So that is my information. Please, y'all, add me on your contacts and send me a message and let me know your screen name on here so I'll know that is um, you are who you are. And yeah, if there are no more questions, I would like to wind it up by thanking y'all, really, really thanking y'all. Not and especially y'all that just come in here every time I do a live and watch all of my videos. Because I know some of them are real crappy, but I'm getting better, y'all. I am getting better. And I'm just sitting here looking at my sunburnt face. I love it. So I may go back to the beach today, but I'm just relaxing for the next couple of days until because yeah, I'm sorry. Let me just say I cut cost. So instead of me catching a train back to, and I know you like really, but catching a train back to Nairobi and then catching the train from Nairobi to Kisumu, that's about $48, $50. So let's round it up, $50. I'm going to take the bus. I'm going to try my hand again at the bus. I just like riding their buses, I think. So it's if I was to do the train from here to Nairobi and Nairobi to Kisumu, it would take me a minimum of 18 hours. Um, but if I take the bus straight from here to Kisumu, it only cost me $18. I already paid for it. And it's going to take only 12 hours. So I know it's like, still, it's a long time. I don't care. I'm going to be looking at stuff and or snoring. So yes, I will be doing that. And that's the next journey. So these next couple of days, I will be working on editing some videos and just giving you some highlights from the safari and some of the highlight from the travel videos. I'm learning stuff. I just renewed my editing program thing, so I will be able to still give y'all good edits and put some. And I did eventually get good with my selfie stick. I realized I could not extend it out to like the 6 feet that it goes out because it bounces up and down. I majored in science. I know stuff. So yeah, so hopefully my videos are getting better for you. I'm not holding it in my hand and wobbling all around. I learned how to use stabilizers. I kind of tried to blur out some stuff. So I'm moving and shaking. And this is something that I really want. I do want to be YouTube successful. Um, like everybody that wants to be monetized, that's helping. Even if I'm not getting, I'm not, well, I'm not gonna say not, but every little bit helps. So I'm like the locals and got 15 jobs, man. Yes. Alrighty, y'all. So y'all don't have no more questions. Yeah, yes, a lot. And that will be on the next one. Like I said, we can do a takeover. I ain't above it. Gangster up in here. Thank you all for joining me, and I will see y'all again. I'm trying to do more of these lives, and yeah. So thank y'all. I'm going to hit these private messages. Don't forget, send me a message on WhatsApp. Um, any questions you may have, and you just didn't want to participate in the chat. Um, any suggestions, requests, information. Yeah, services, you want to volunteer your services, because one or two moderators would be really nice. um, I think this is the most people I had in a room. I thank you all for coming. Deuces, water lilies, see y'all later. It's pool and beach time after coffee. Okay, bye-bye. I don't see. Alrighty, y'all, I clicked on this button that says private chat, chat privately with your guests. I do not see the private comments that were sent to me. So please, chumps, if you're still in here, send me a message on WhatsApp. Um, yes, who else? Find my niche. Send me a message on WhatsApp. Thank you, Meek Lou, Rumi, Shahi, Spam. See, I need a moderator for that. Vom Red. for you to be booted out. Block. My block hand is swift. All right, y'all. I am logging off because the spammers are showing up. Ciao. Kwaheri. All right, cool. All right, so, all right, got it. I got it. I got it. All right, y'all. For real. Goodbye. Let me hit this button. And broadcast. I realized too I can edit it out. So I'll just go in and edit all this stuff out. All right. Love y'all. Thank you for your support. Boop.